Okay. Hello, keys. Hopefully you can hear me. Third time lucky. This seems to be back to glitching again. So I wanted to try something a little bit daring, and that was to share the time-lapse video of a finished piece, which was what I was doing a couple of months ago when I was last streaming. And it was I called it the Disability Pride Garden, simply because July was Disability Pride Month, and it was a garden scene with a person in a wheelchair. So I will try and move to the time-lapse video. Fingers crossed that this will work okay. Yeah, so I thought I'd just share as well the original image, which was Moody Illustration from Instagram. A draw this in your style. And that was the original illustration, and that was my version. So if I just switch that off now, pause, and come back to me. And yeah, so that was just the update on the draw this in your style that I was working on in July. I managed to finally finish it, and seeing as we're now into September, and July was also month of masters, I wanted to work on a different project. I've still got the other project to work on, which is not actually on my screen at the moment. The Rock of Contemplation. I'll probably pick up on that one again at some point. But for now, I'm going to carry on with a master's image. I've just finished 2 of them, and I would like to just get started on the third. I would open these images, but they're very large, so I won't quite open them yet. So the third one I wanted to start working on was I think Frida Kahlo I wanted to do next. I've got my own version of Alphonse Mucha, Maurice, can't remember what his surname is, MPV, Frida Kahlo and Maud Lewis. So I'm going to start with I'm going to start doing a Frida Kahlo image, taking one of her own paintings and recreating them in my own style. Now there are so many wonderful images to choose from. It's really difficult to choose, really. If I just go through some of the options that she has. Fantastic portraits. I feel quite a resonance with Frida Kahlo because she used to paint from her bed when she was after her accident, and she used to paint a lot about pain, which she does a really wonderful job of. For some reason, I don't really focus on capturing pain in my own work. I don't know why that is. I think I use the pain to motivate me more than sharing what the pain is. I love some of the illustrations she's done, which are just portraits of women. I love drawing portraits of women, and obviously Frida's style is that, just as colourful, but also the culture sort of dictates what they wear. But I, as a big fan of flower scenes, see there's one with her in a wheelchair. I'm sort of keen to do one with a portrait of Frida Kahlo with a flower scene. Thank you, Keys. I've just seen that. Oops, I don't know why I've just moved into that. Let's go back to say hello. Okay, so a close-up portrait with flowery stuff is probably what I'm going to do. I love this one. I'll tell you what, there's another one down here somewhere which has probably been done plenty of times. It's the one with the I like that one. Birds and butterflies and bugs. This one here with the flowery hair, but she's also got thorns around her neck. There's different coloured versions of it. So I just have to sort of make a decision on which image to focus on. And obviously here's the Month of Masters 2024 information page. Maurice Pierre Verneuil, that was his name. I'll get to those at some point. Right, Frida Kahlo, that's what I want to focus on. A colourful image. yeah, definitely outside the norm, Keys. I think she had a lot of deep rooted thoughts and feelings that she wanted to get across, which is really brave. I guess I'm not that brave. I'm quite superficial. I like to, yeah, I know what you mean, Frida. I'm focusing so much on the beauty that I can see, but my words tend to be really melancholic, so I guess that's where I get to balance things out. Although I can definitely draw dark stuff, I prefer to draw bold and sort of bright. Okay, so I think this is the one I wanted to go with, and I probably will add in. I'm just going to move it up the screen so I can close off all the others. But you know what? I also loved that with the background. It seems a lot more cheerful. So I might use that as another reference. I'm quite happy to sort of mix and match. And this one as well. Something about it. Maybe that's what I'm probably looking for, is that combination of the backdrop where I could add in the florals. And my faces tend to be quite stoic as well, which is what I think this does. Okay, so I'm going to move these 3 images up to a different layer and hide all the others out of the way, because it just becomes too confusing. Is that for me more on the romantic side of philosophy, do you mean? Did I say romantic side of philosophy? I keep getting this poor connection network connection thing come up, and I'm trying not to panic. Just move these out of the way. Gosh, there's loads of them. I would delete them, but no doubt I'll want to look at them again and they won't be there. So I'm just going to hide them underneath. Right. So that is my, if you can see it in the background, that's actually my grids page. Because I've already set this out based on the other 2 masters images I did, where I've set them out as something I could print. So I've used a print size that is fairly large with 300 ppi, and because that way if I wanted to have these turned into little art prints, they would be just the right quality but not too big a file. So let's move, make these images smaller so I can just reference them to begin with, and let's separate them out. Me, yeah, by which I mean you'll paint things in a more kind of light than reality. Probably. And it's not so much that I'm discarding the reality of things being dark. I think it's just I think I like to create for a purpose, and I find that purpose is to create bold and cheerful. I'm still working on my own philosophy. What's your philosophy, Keys? How do you do your process of what's your creative process, your creative philosophy? I could probably make these a little bit smaller actually. Okie doke. So I'm going to get my pencils sorted. Do you know what I haven't done? I haven't set my timer. Some random time in because internet kept crashing. I'm going to set my timer for an hour. Stick it under the pillow so it doesn't overdo it on the ears. One thing I've noticed, I've duplicated the first master's picture that I did in order to keep all of these brushes and to have the templates of the size and the golden ratio. But I found that it means that I cannot do a time-lapse video, and I did mean to actually prepare these so that I could actually start afresh, but I've forgotten and I'm already into this, so I'll just keep going. Because it also affects all the colours. I don't get a fresh batch. I've got all the colours of all the pictures that I've brought in. So, things to remember on my checklist. Key says, I'm not sure I have one. I identify much more as a designer than an artist. That's fair enough. So you've studied art throughout history? Yeah, I think it's like a process of, it's a development in itself. I think as I've sort of done more art, I've actually gravitated more towards a creative practice that is trying to come from within rather than based on other people's needs. As a designer would probably work. I just sort of create to find purpose, really. Okay, so perfect pencil to start with. I'm drawing a portrait. I think that ratio, golden ratio, might need to be swapped about. I would love it if there was a golden ratio thing like there is in Lightroom that is available for Fresco that I could adapt as and when I change sizes, but I've had to draw this one out myself. Okay, still. Do I want it that way? I think that works. And the blank page. A heavy lean towards favouring realism. I think I try and get away from realism. It's like I'm naturally pulled towards it, and I'm trying to let it go. Okay, so this is a portrait, and I want a face in the middle with something here to capture. So this could be all the flowers. I've noticed as well that Frida Kahlo very much looks like my niece. And every time I see my niece, I think, gosh, she looks so much like Frida Kahlo. I wonder if I could add butterflies here. And then it's a lovely background, those colours. I suppose to honour Frida, I would have to add something that's a little bit spiky. What has she got there? She's got some lovely patterns, and I wonder whether I should actually make up my own sort of patterned piece. And then she has got that banner at the bottom and then the two banners at the top. So a banner at the bottom would probably work better. Let's switch off these. And then I just like that dark sort of moody sky background that she has there. So spiky branches on one side, and then the greenery on the left, a butterfly on the right, And perhaps a caterpillar. She did have some bugs in some of the other ones, so maybe a caterpillar on the left. Okay. So Keith says, my career is strange. I started a studio making storyboards. I would have loved to have learned to do that, you know. So figurative and accurate to reality was important. And that's why you keep calling me out on my arms, which I'm still terrible at, I have to say. If you spot my created with human intelligence image, I've drawn a little girl and I just cannot get the arm leg ratio right. And every time I look at it, I think of you. But earlier than that, I studied some cartooning, specifically the humorous newspaper kind that was popular in Europe. And I derived much of my sense of humour from that, I guess. Well, that's a great place to start out with. I used to just copy people. I used to copy from Mickey Mouse through to Vincent van Gogh, and I didn't have my own style in between. I was just always copying, but copying from the site rather than tracing. And I could never really find the through line. Well, I suppose actually the through line was I love portraits. You know, it's only the past few years. Gosh, I'm like 44 now. It's only the past few years that I've really figured out how to go at my own portraits with a bit more oomph. But as you can see, I'm still using other people's work to sort of practice with. And I put that down to the fact that the concepts that other people have take away a lot of the energy my brain needs to work stuff out. Maybe my style is actually meant to be something completely different. Okay, so I'm just going to go over this again and maybe let's bring these back in. I'll use a different pencil. Not sure, I'll use the same one. Just turn it up a bit. Okay. So please, Keys, bear in mind, I know that you're watching. My accuracy in faces seems to sort of develop. It doesn't quite happen at the outset. Could say I'm just making it up as I go along. But I do love these pencil brushes, I have to say. Over the holidays, I had obviously I've had 2 months, not 2 weeks, 2 months off of streaming, and that was because well, I was rudely interrupted by, first of all, renovations on my bathroom, which I was very grateful for because they were fitting an accessible bathroom for me, but it meant having to go and stay with family. And so I introduced my nieces and nephews to a different style of rubber that didn't leave any traces of rubber on the page. And that was seemed to have been the highlight of the summer. And then I had COVID, which set me back another month. I know when people are doing these masters things, they're doing them in their own style. I sometimes think that I've missed the point. My style sort of develops as I work on it, but I tend to copy what's there and then adapt it from that. I've never actually tried to draw Frida Kahlo. I feel like I'm going to do her a disservice. She's got very striking features. Yeah, I am better now. Thank you, Keys. It took me it's been what, 6 weeks since I had COVID, and it took about a month for it to sort of dissipate. And it's funny, I didn't actually catch COVID from being away. It was my family brought COVID back to me from their own holiday. Um, if you can hear my dogs barking, I'm terribly sorry. My partner and my son are at rugby, and so there's nobody to sort of keep an eye on them downstairs. So let's move these over a bit. Now, am I going to have enough space for all of these flowers? You're berated by some art teachers. Oh, that's sad. I think, if anything, I loved my art teachers. I even interned at a studio where there were two draftsmen. One did cartoons in his style, the other figurative. Oh, that must have been wonderful to be around people who just do that work in front of you and show you how it's done. So I haven't quite given enough space for all of this floral stuff. So I would probably need to either reconsider the size of the portrait, or just bring the flowers further down. Because I was thinking to bring all the flowers down here. So do that. I'm not quite sure yet. If I had my flowers in a different style and maybe trailing down there. With hair coming all the way up to the back. Those lovely sort of loops of plaits that she does. Dun, dun, dun. I think that would work. I know it looks a bit of a mess. However, oh, hey Jane, how's it going? Right, let's put some background in, and I wanted to do some of these lovely big leaves. I love the colour of these leaves. So if I had these sort of going in a direction that sort of followed the arc of the ratio thingamajig. Actually, she's got some of those other twiggy things that would probably work as well. And then on the other side, I don't want to get this butterfly in, so it's like I'm not quite sure what type of butterfly yet, but let's just put a generic one here. He said everything was hand drawn, hand painted, and scanned, and so on. Oh, oh, yeah. I can imagine they were keys, which is a shame. So I was doing some twiggy stuff on this side, more twiggy spikes. And then I was going to do this pattern that was on the other dress as a bit of a as an alternative part of the drawing. I'm just waffling to myself. And then the front would be some sort of phrasing. Not quite sure what I'd write. Her neck. So what have we got? She's going. How much do I want to put in? Thorns. I just realised it's a hand in her ear. The earring is a hand. I wonder what that means. I would probably, rather than a hand, I would probably change that to crescent moon. It's more my style. And then around her neck, dun dun. Not quite sure yet. Okay. Do I want to add anything else? I think I just want to make sure I've got some pattern like this. Might turn these into flowery stuff rather than moons, but for now, with a bit of a frilly edge. I do love a good eye bag. That's realistic. Very pronounced sort of top lip thingamabob. Nice rosy cheeks as well. Oh, hey Uma. Thank you for joining. Eating baked baby carrots, watching Adobe Live and me. Oh, thank you. Okie doke. Let's get those off and take away that background. That's sketch number 2. And this is where I start to go free form, where I've looked at the original and now I'm just making up my own version. So what do I actually want to draw this with? I think I still need my pencil. Slow it down. Although I do think that I could probably, it sounds like I'm mumbling. I tend to put my hand in front of my mouth for some reason. I was off reading about Frida Kahlo. Oh, it's one of the master's pictures for this year that I'm just I'm only just doing from July, obviously, and we're now September. But I want to alter this face width because I'm not quite content with that. So let's do a bit of a tweak. Down a bit. Might just do it. Could that be all I need to do? Possibly. Yeah, okay. Deselect and then let's put these all back together. Tell me if you move the right one. Okay. Dum dum dum. Has my music stopped? I sort of feel like my music's not going. I just flip back into this again. Maybe that'll get the music going again. There we go. Yeah, I think it had stopped, Jane, and it's not, to be honest, it's not, I don't think it's very loud. I try and keep it just as a little bit of when I stop talking, that there's just a little something there. I can hear little tinkles now. That's good. I can't actually hear anything. I just feel like I'm talking to myself. Well, I am actually talking to myself, but I wish I could hear the music as well. Not quite sure what that necklace is going to be yet. It looks quite chunky. Maybe I'll do a beaded one. Thinking more about the Mexican culture. What does that look like? I don't know about you guys, but I sort of eyeball a lot of this. To try and imagine what folds look like, clothing folds. This is the neck. She has quite a strong chin to work with. What flower would I put here? I'm sure this resembles something. Can I write one observation? Of course you can. Feedback is always useful. The eyes are not on the same axis of alignment. I don't disagree. I will probably give that more attention at some point. Maybe she can have like little forget-me-nots hanging off the side here. Sorry if you can hear my dog. He's been a rascal. I think I have. I've got these 5-petaled ones. I've got these daisy or maybe echinacea type ones, or maybe what else would they be called? Cosmos. Some ones with berries on. I think this large one on the side is, it's not a dahlia, carnation. I think it's a carnation. And then some forget-me-nots. Of horizontal alignment. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind, Keys, don't worry. So if I get the grid up, let's have a look. In the middle of the eye bit. Ding, ding, ding. Not far off. Where would I want to put it? Would I want to put it in the middle of the eye? As Jane says, I thought all our eyes are never perfectly aligned. It's what gives us our faces interest. I do agree with you, Jane. Mine are wonky. I have the inner parts of the eye. One has an epicanthal fold, is the term I've learned, and the other one has like an open, is more open. So it literally looks like two completely different eyes. I suppose that's my artistic license. Just making her whatever way to be, as long as it resembles her in the end. I think, I mean, it doesn't even have to resemble her, it's just the idea of her. Some more forget-me-nots, and then not quite sure how far back do I want these flowers to go. Probably could do with another of those ones with some that look like they're sort of wedged in between. And maybe some more of the greenery. And then, does that look too, let's take off the background. That's interesting. Let's give it, that would be hair. And these would be the plaits. Gosh, drawing plaits actually. And then probably need to look at what a chrysanthemum actually looks like. Yeah, let's get these hair plait things in. Maybe she could have some extra is that even? I wonder if that needs something to follow that line. Like that maybe. These are like spriggy bits. I sort of feel like there needs to be more hair coming out the back. Sure, but not by a lot. Well, I guess I'm not Picasso, so I guess I'm not heading in that direction. And this is just a draft. I will make sure I re-look at my eye alignment as I go on. Her hair looks more like a corn on the cob. But I've got that direction thing going on, which is what I wanted. Pardon me. Yeah, the eyebrows. And she's got strong eyebrows as well. It's like her eyebrow game might just take away from whatever I do to the eyes. Gotta make sure I get that monobrow in. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. I take away background. I think I need the pattern. Right, let's put a little pattern on this. This is where I like the folk art style of patterning, and Maud Lewis is one of the other, in this month of masters you can choose 2 of your own, and I've chosen Alphonse Mucha and Maud Lewis from Canada, Nova Scotia. I just absolutely love her really simple, playful folk art. I guess that's what I aspire to be able to do, is just bold, playful, naive art where I don't have to get bogged down in the details, which is often what I'm doing. Right, so I've got a nice sort of collared, off the shoulder collared thing, and I'm gonna add some sort of pattern to it. What do I want to add? Maybe forget-me-nots are easy. I've done that too large. Ding, ding, ding. I think forget-me-nots probably are a little bit rounder in the petals. I think when I get the colours sorted, I'll be able to sort them out. So I now want to do some sort of, I don't want to do a moon, half moon shape. I want to do some sort of flower shape. What was the other picture? Oh, it was just leaves going round buds. So if I did that, I'm going to copy and paste that because it'll take me forever otherwise. Where is it? Duplicate selection, and then I'm just going to add these along here. Not quite the same. Oh, something's gone a bit wrong there. Where's that gone? that was my timer going off. So, oh, I've missed one. Why does it keep giving this weird little thing to it? It sort of catches some other sort of detail. I don't know why it does that. Sorry, it was my timer, Jane, to remind me to check the time. I did put it under a pillow to try and mute it a little bit. I'll give myself 15 more minutes. I'll have to take a picture of my timer. It's really cute. Right, and then this one would go here. Let's distort it a bit. Make it look like I know how to do perspectives. Yeah, I need a timer to remind me of the time because, let's face it, I literally, when I draw, I can get so absorbed in what I'm doing that time flows. And as somebody who has to manage time so I don't use up all my energy, it's like weird how I hyper focus when I love it, when I enjoy what I'm doing. All right, let's merge all those together. And then I want to repeat it on the other side. Start with this one. Ding, ding, ding. Let's turn these all backwards. So I almost get to create a really funky pattern. Just by flipping it on the horizontal. quite sure how many I need. How many have I done? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh darn it. It's doing that weird thing again. Does my music keep going off? Can't see any music playing, and I don't know how to get it going again. Just go back. Right, what was that one? I think this is one of the bugs that it gets, that when you duplicate something and then move it, it tends to capture something else. And then in your little box, you get at a... You can see that it's captured something because the image becomes tiny. And then last one. Totally distorted. Okay, that's pretty cool. Nope, wrong one. Let's merge these. Oops. Is that better, Keys? Sorry, I decided to shuffle the music to see if it would actually stay on longer. I'm not going to be here much longer, but okay. I think there's an element of her eyes where I've probably overdone the one on the right. I need to bring that one in. too much. And her lips probably a little bit too big for her face. Little tweaks, little tweaks. Okay. Let's just see if I need to add some of that hair in the hairline. I could probably add some. There. I suppose she doesn't really use I'll make this more taut, so but here I will try and add some leaves. Ears are a funny thing, aren't they? So detailed and complicated. There you go, I suppose I can turn these peculiar lumps that I've created into leaves. That'd be nice to get all that colour in for the flowers. Okay, well, I've started more flowers on my version. Oh, thanks, Keys. So I gosh, why is it whenever I plug my iPad into the Mac to do this stream, it stays at 9:41 a.m. on Tuesday the 9th of January. So it confuses me. Time is 20:44 UK time. I am going to just do a little save of this picture. Save now. That's the first save I've done. Fortunately, I think this actually saves automatically. And I will carry on with this next week. I might do some of it before next week, but I have got some other illustrations that I'm also working on that I feel like I'm just sort of trying to catch up with myself. Being poorly really is a pain in the bum. So I'm going to continue with the Masters series. I've got 4 of them to do, and yeah, I shall carry on next week at 7 p.m. UK time. And thanks for being here, Jane, Uma, Keys. Really grateful for your little notes of encouragement and feedback. And yeah, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I should probably catch you on another stream, and obviously Uma, I will try and get to your streams if I wake up. It's funny how sleeping in the afternoon is my thing at the moment. Cool, right, thanks very much guys.